I never considered myself a villain. But when I was reborn and encountered the true young mistress about to be sold into a brothel, I chose to turn away without looking back. It wasn't because I held a grudge for dying at his hands in my past life, but because I knew she was the heaven's chosen one. Every hardship she faces turns into a divine opportunity. In the last life, she was sold to a brothel on a rainy day. On her very first night, she encountered Chen, who was out socializing with the crown prince. Back then, my husband took pity on her tragic past and rescued her. He helped her again and again, protecting her innocence and purity. Finally, he paid for her freedom and brought her to the Yun Manor to work. I, who had married him out of gratitude for saving my life, cared for her deeply as well. Over time, Chen fell in love with her simple and kind soul. Right now, it is the moment Xiaoyu's mother is gravely ill and she is being sold to the brothel by her aunt. I look at Xiaoyu being dragged by her hair, turning to me and begging for help. I simply lift my feet and walk away. "Madam, save me. Please save me." Seeing this, the two traffickers slapped her again and dragged her toward a deserted area. Listening to the cries behind me, I remain unmoved. In my previous life, I tried every way to frame her, only to end up miserable because of the hatred I bred. Reborn, I have finally seen the light. I won't harm her, but I won't help her either. Xiaoyu is the chosen daughter of fate. She has the ability to turn any danger into a blessing. I finished offering my incense, thanking the heavens for giving me a second chance. I returned to the manor in high spirits. Passing through the garden, I saw Chen reading in the pavilion. Usually, he is busy until late at night before returning. Today, he was actually home. In the past, I was drawn to this elegant aura of his and loved him with all my heart. Seeing him again now, I only find him handsome, but my heart no longer flutters. Previously, I would have gone over to massage his shoulders, simply because he said he disliked noise. Yet when Xiaoyu was by his side, she could chatter away and playfully snatch his books, acting as his shadow, and he always looked at her with eyes full of doting. As I thought this, Chen looked up. His brow furrowed, and a flash of annoyance crossed his eyes. I withdrew my gaze and walked straight toward my own courtyard. I needed to write a divorce agreement. In this life, I will be the one to propose our separation first. I brought the written agreement to the pavilion. Chen didn't even look up. "I don't need a massage. I want some peace and quiet. If there's nothing else, you don't need to come over." I was long accustomed to his coldness. When we married, he said he was focused on his career and had no interest in romantic affairs. I waited foolishly for 3 years, only to wait for him to become the prime minister and fall in love with Xiaoyu. "I do have something. Take a look at this." I handed over the divorce papers. Once he realized what it was, Chen's face darkened instantly. Humiliation flashed in his eyes. He had just been promoted to the prime minister's office and was at the center of public attention. By bringing up divorce now, he surely thought I was doing it to humiliate him. "Suwanha, you were the one who insisted on this marriage. What are you making a scene about now?" "I'm busy. I don't have time for your tantrums." "Chen, I'm not making a scene. Back then, you said you had no heart for romance. I said I would wait for you. I have waited for 13 years. I am already 18 years old now. I can't afford to wait any longer. You will never love me. So, please just let me go." As I said those words, I felt a weight lift off my entire body. The heart that fought for favor in the last life had long gone numb. In this life, I no longer want to be an obstacle in their love story. You know full well people are watching me right now, yet you deliberately stir up this divorce nonsense. "Suwanha, you truly stop at nothing. Are you going to tell your eldest brother again?" He actually thought I would have my brother pressure him. I had never once told my brother about our marital problems. This love was always my own one-sided wish. Back then, you had your father and brother force this marriage on me. Now you say you can't wait? Is it because you can't handle my coldness? Fine. I will satisfy you. After speaking, he threw down his book and scooped me up in his arms. We had been married for 3 years in my past life, and he had never once touched me. Now, the scent of sandalwood on him filled my nose. His large hand rested on my waist, burning hot against my skin. Instinctively, my face flushed. In an instant, I was carried back to the room and tossed onto the bed. Thinking about how he would later treat Xiaoyu like this, I felt a surge of nausea. "You used to throw yourself at me. And now you're acting shy?" "The divorce, I am serious. If you're afraid of my father and brother causing trouble, we don't have to announce it immediately. We can live our own separate lives. Wait until you've thought it through, and then make a formal announcement." I knew that in 3 months, he would meet Xiaoyu and insist on bringing her into the manor as his wife. In the last life, I obstructed them in every way, but it was all in vain. It only led to my own wretched end. In this life, I'll step aside first and let them be. Divorce is fine, but the agreement must be written by me. Only when I give it to you. Can you leave? Fine. Leaving is leaving, regardless. It doesn't matter who writes it. He probably didn't expect me to be so indifferent. His expression darkened further. He then turned and left. Just as Chen left, my mother-in-law, Chen Shulian, brought in some tonic soup. Why did Chen leave so quickly? Wanha, you've worked hard. Drink some soup to nourish yourself. You offered incense today. And just spent time with Yi-Chen. Perhaps you were already with child. I drank the soup in one gulp. Thank you. Seeing me finish it, she smiled. And left satisfied. Looking at her departing back, I wondered who could have guessed that once my identity was exposed, this mother-in-law who treated me like a daughter would instantly turn her favor to Xiaoyu and ignore me completely. My gaze fell on the invitation on the bedside table. I asked, what is that? It's from Miss Qinghuan. An invitation for you to watch the polo match. Since I knew you wouldn't go, I didn't inform you. I just left it here. Shen Qinghuan was the daughter of the general's manor and my arch-rival. But no one expected that. When I hit rock bottom, she was the only one who helped me. She gave me money so I could live a decent life. I ignored her advice that men shouldn't be spoiled, took the silver, and ran back to the capital, only to die tragically on the outskirts of the city. Looking back now, her words were quite sensible. I will go. Chunlan, Choju, help me get ready. When I arrived at the polo field, the match was about to begin. My arrival caused the scene to fall silent instantly. Everyone was surprised I had come. After all, Shen Qinghuan and I had always been at odds. Wanha, why are you here? Don't you always hate Miss Shen? Huang Yingrong, the daughter of the Minister of Rights, stepped forward. Csi, the daughter of the Minister of Revenue, followed. The two were my close friends. In the past, they always slandered Shen Qinghuan in my ear. I smiled faintly. Just to see, they both sighed in relief and began to complain. Shen Qinghuan is too much, purposely making us stand at the very back. She clearly looks down on you. We should just leave. Are you teaching me how to do things? My tone was cold. They were stunned. Ignoring them, I walked straight to the front row seats. In the middle was the field, surrounded by the city's noble ladies and gentlemen. There were 2 empty seats in the front row. Just as I was about to ask, I noticed on the other side sat Shen Jiming, Shen Qinghuan's elder brother. He was a close friend of Yun Yi-Chen. Likely, those 2 empty seats were reserved for Yun Yi-Chen and another friend. Madam Yun, please, take a seat. I'll have someone find another spot. Thank you, young General Shen. No need. I turned and walked toward the empty seats opposite. Before I could reach them, a handsome young man rushed over and sat down. Countless eyes turned toward me. Someone beside the boy whispered a few words. He stood up trembling. And Madam Yun, please sit here. Thank you. Just call me Wanha or Miss Su. This was Luo Qing, the son of the censorate official, who was notoriously shy. Thank you, Wanha. Luo Qing's face was beet red. I nodded and sat down. Shen Qinghuan arrived on a fine steed, wearing a red, tight-fitting polo outfit. Her high ponytail gave her a dashing look. Oh? What strange wind blew you here today? Didn't you send me an invitation? That was just for show. And I'm just here for show too. Shen Qinghuan looked surprised. Calls for the start came from behind. She said no more, and turned back to her team. The match began. I watched the valiant Shen Qinghuan on the field, my eyes full of envy. Cheers suddenly erupted from the sidelines. It was Yun Yi-Chen, along with Shen Jiming and Song Jiuling, the son of the Duke of Ning. The 3 noble gentlemen had gathered, drawing the adoration of many ladies. Shen Jiming pointed in my direction. Yun Yi-Chen looked over. His eyes were as cold as ever. I withdrew my gaze after a single glance. Focusing back on the match. The match ended. People began to leave one after another. I stood up and walked toward Shen Qinghuan. Miss Shen, would you mind if I rode a few laps? I've never ridden a horse before. I hope you can give me some pointers. Shen Qinghuan was shocked. Not at all. Someone, bring a horse. I mounted the horse with her help, mimicking her posture to sit steady. As soon as I was settled, the horse suddenly bolted. My face went pale. Instinctively, I hugged the horse's neck. Let go of the neck and hold the reins. Look forward. Steady your body. I hurriedly followed her instructions. Just as I stabilized, she leaped from her horse onto mine. She pulled the reins tight from behind me. The horse reared up and slowly came to a halt. Once on the ground, my legs were trembling. I forced myself to stay upright. Forgive me, Madam Yun. I thought you knew how to ride. Whether I can ride or not, does that give you the right to spook the horse? I turned back to Shen Qinghuan. Miss Shen, thank you. She nodded blankly. I gave a faint smile and turned to leave. From today on, you don't have to come back. Miss, I just wanted to help you teach her a lesson. Haha. Do I look like I need you to cause trouble for me? Take him away. I walked out of the polo grounds and saw Luo Qing waiting by the gate. Thank you for giving up your seat earlier. It's nothing. Being able to help Sister Wanha is my blessing. Are you free? I'll treat you to a meal. I'm hungry. Luoqing nodded in a daze. Walking down the street, my eyes were full of excitement. Before I got married, I loved browsing the markets. After entering the Yun Manor, I never had the chance again. In this life, I want to be myself again. At a calligrapher's stall, an elegant scholar was selling paintings. It was He Baiqing, Xiaoyu's childhood sweetheart from my past life. He was also cannon fodder in their love story. He walked up to me. Miss, do you need any paintings? Yes, paint a portrait for me. It was finished quickly. The lines were smooth, capturing the newfound indifference in my eyes. Although not as good as the ones Yunichen painted for Xiaoyu, I was very satisfied. I bought all his work. He Baiqing was thrilled and thanked me repeatedly. Luoqing looked like he wanted to say something, but I didn't pay any mind. By a second-story window overlooking the street, Yunichen watched this scene coldly. Madame Yun is different today. She looks like she did before the marriage. How did she get involved with Luoqing? I think she's lost her mind today. Cold light flashed in Yunichen's eyes. From the moment I forced the marriage, I became a domineering and arrogant lady in his heart. He would never like me. After buying the paintings, I took Luoqing into the largest restaurant, Yunhe Tower. The door to a private room was open. I immediately spotted Yunichen and his 3 friends. They also looked at me. Hey, this is the only private room left. If you two don't like it, you can go to the main hall on the 1st floor. We'll take this one. I walked straight in and conveniently shut the door. He really is sick. Don't worry, just eat. I told the nervous Luoqing. I poured a glass of wine and downed it. Growing up in the general's manor had given me quite a tolerance for alcohol. I was in a good mood today, so I couldn't help but drink a few more glasses. My head felt a bit dizzy, but I remained rational. After finishing, I stepped out and happened to run into Yunichen's group again. He glanced at me, his tone cold. Let's go back together. Sure, thank you, husband. He frowned and headed downstairs without a word. Su Wanha, you better watch yourself. Even if there's no affection between us, it's not your place to go around flirting with other men while we are still married. After saying that, he walked away with large strides. I curled my lip and followed. Inside the carriage, I leaned against the wall to take a nap. A sudden break sent me crashing into Yunichen. My lips brushed against something warm and soft. We both froze instantly. Yunichen pushed me away immediately. I thought you were serious about the divorce. It turns out you're just playing hard to get. Give me the divorce papers now. And I'll leave immediately. I'm not in the mood to explain. Reverse psychology? His face was dark. If you're too scared to give them to me, forget it. The carriage arrived at the Yun Manor. I was the first to jump down and enter. Back in my courtyard, I yawned. I fell asleep the moment my head hit the pillow. 3 years of exhaustion had kept me from a good sleep for a long time. I slept until noon the next day. Woken up by my mother-in-law. Wanha, you didn't come to pay your respects today. Are you feeling unwell? I didn't go because I didn't feel like it. In the past, every single day, I would accompany her to pay respects to Yunichen's grandmother. Today, I simply couldn't be bothered. Should we call a doctor to check? No need, I just need more sleep. I turned over, my back to her. I'm going to sleep a while longer. My mother-in-law stepped out and went to the pavilion, where she ran into the sour-faced old Madame Yun. Where is Wanha? She said she isn't feeling well and wants to sleep more. I'll make the snacks instead. Old Lady Huang and Old Lady Zhang shared a smirk. Old Madame Yun thought they were mocking her, and said angrily, "Go and get her up." By the time I reached the garden, Old Madame Yun was there with Qin Shulian. Wanha, make some snacks for your great-aunt Huang and great-aunt Zhang. There are pastry chefs in the manor. I pay them well to work, not to sit around and enjoy themselves. I'll have them bring the snacks up. Unless you need me, I'm going back. I turned and left. During dinner that evening, old Madame Yun began to complain. Yunichen's expression remained indifferent. There are pastry chefs in the manor. If she doesn't want to do it, then let it be. A wife is married into the family to serve others. If she won't even do such a small thing, she'll be walking all over us before long. Now that Chen is a high official, what kind of girl couldn't he have? I put down my chopsticks and wiped my mouth. If you want to discuss getting my husband a concubine, I've finished eating. You can discuss it among yourselves. Marry whoever you like. I won't object. With that, I turned and left. I had just returned to my courtyard, when Yunichen followed me in. Grandmother has a weak heart. If you want me to visit, just say so. Don't upset her. I don't want to see you. Her heart condition has nothing to do with me. Not making snacks isn't upsetting her. People in this house aren't here to be servants. From now on, I will not serve anyone. If you think I'm not good enough, then divorce me. You can find someone else to serve your grandmother. Don't worry, I will give you the divorce papers. I'll leave the moment you sign them. I shouted at his retreating back. Yunichen's face grew even darker. Now was not the time for a divorce. Once his position was fully stable, he would naturally let me go. Late at night, after Yunichen finished his work, he rubbed his aching forehead. A familiar pain flared up in his stomach. His chronic stomach ailment was acting up again. In the past, after the hour of the pig, the butler would always bring him porridge, but today, it hadn't arrived. Butler. Sir, the porridge you usually have was cooked by the madam herself every night. She didn't send any over today. Yunichen was slightly stunned. He only just realized this habit started after I married into the manor. The madam didn't want me to tell you. She was afraid you wouldn't eat it if you knew. Know who you serve. Leave. He went back to his quarters. The moment he lay down, he noticed the incense was wrong. The soothing incense he usually used was always prepared by me. There was no incense today. Don't bother with it, take it out. The next morning, I was in a wonderful mood as I prepared to go out. At the entrance, I saw Yunichen returning from the morning court. His face was pale, his eyes exhausted, looking completely listless. Meanwhile, because I had slept well, my eyes were clear and bright, forming a sharp contrast with him. I raised an eyebrow. He was accustomed to my soothing incense, and with it gone, he naturally couldn't sleep well. Seeing him miserable, my mood improved even more. Yunichen's face darkened when he saw me, and he brushed past me into the manor. On the street, I met he Baiching again. He was still selling his paintings. Miss, would you like more paintings? If you want to earn real money, go to the Imperial Academy and look for scholar Su Wanjin. Tell him I recommended you, and have him arrange a proper job for you. Helping him was out of pity for his tragic end in the past life. After saying that, I walked into the largest tailor shop. Previously, to please Yunichen, all my dresses were white. Now, I only want to be myself, and wear bright, vivid styles again. Madam Yun. Madam Jean has sent over a new set of dresses today. Take a look. Madam Jean was the top tailor in the capital. Her dresses were worth their weight in gold. Bring them out for me to see. Wang Yingrong and Xia Xi walked in. Their faces full of flattery. Wanhe, it really is you. We just saw you yesterday. I ignored them and looked at the dress in the owner's hands. It was a turquoise, high-waisted long dress, with pale green gauze sleeves. The design was bold and unique. I've taken a liking to this one. Send it to the general's manor. Send someone to the manor to collect the payment. This is too much. I looked at the two of them coldly. They instantly shrunk back. I picked up Shin Qinghuan's banknote and stuffed it into her arms. Since you like it, I'll give it to you. The kindness from my past life is now paid in full. Shin Qinghuan's eyes widened as she looked at me. Then she shook her head. This dress doesn't suit my style. I don't want it anymore. You can have it. With that, she turned and left. I said to the owner, then I'll take it back myself. Huang Yingrong approached. That move was brilliant. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. I turned and walked away. I have no need for best friends like them. Just as I stepped out of the tailor shop, I bumped into Luoqing and his sister. What a coincidence. I caught a glimpse of Yunichen nearby. They all flashed sweet smiles. Luoqing, what a coincidence. Let's go shopping together. I was hoping he would get angry and throw the divorce papers at me. Is that appropriate? What about Lord Yun? He and I have no feelings left. We are preparing for a divorce. Don't worry. Luoqing's eyes twinkled. Suddenly, my hand was grabbed, and I was forcefully dragged away. Yunichen, don't be impulsive. Yunichen, are you crazy? I struggled until he let go of my hand. I nearly fell over. Su Wanhe, where's your sense of propriety and shame? I will give you the divorce papers. But not right now. Until then, you'd better behave yourself. Otherwise, what? If you can't give me the divorce papers, then we'll each go our own way. Stay out of my business. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous for me to stay with you when I don't love you. I turned and left. After that, I bought many colorful dresses. And upon returning to the manor, I threw all my old white dresses into the courtyard. I ordered them to be burned. The fire blazed, turning the white dresses into ashes, burning away the last shred of my feelings for Yunichen. I then tossed his portraits and love letters into the fire. A loud noise suddenly came from behind. The courtyard gate was kicked open. Who gave you permission to burn my portraits? I drew them, so I'll burn them whenever I want. Burning things in broad daylight, where's your sense of decorum? Yichen is just worried about you burning things here. You should have had the servants burn them outside. We thought there was a fire. These are just trash. I'll have people collect some useful things later to give to the refugees. I looked at Yuni-chan. Then glanced at the woman in a white dress next to him. The pale-faced Lu Ruyan. Lu Ruyan was Yuni-chan's cousin. Weak and sickly. In my past life, she always played the victim in front of me, causing Yuni-chan to be dissatisfied with me because I resented her. I repeatedly blocked doctors from treating her, which eventually led to her missing the best time for treatment and dying. Yuni-chan treated me even more coldly because of that. Greetings, cousin-in-law. Lu Ruyan's face grew even paler. I nodded. In this life, if she doesn't cross me, I won't cross her. Knowing my father and cousin were coming today. What are you trying to achieve with this stunt? I ignored him and continued watching the fire. After the fire died down, I decided to go for a walk. Just as I left the back courtyard, I saw a servant leading an old doctor out. Greetings, madam. The young lady's heart condition flared up. The master ordered me to fetch a doctor. He's finished. What's the diagnosis? Madam, the young lady's heartbeat is irregular. Her pulse is extremely weak and erratic. She is beyond help. Sigh, this old man's skills are limited. There's nothing I can do. Beyond help? That's impossible. Wasn't she supposed to be savable in my past life? Perhaps this doctor's skills are simply lacking. I decided to go check on her. What are you doing here? Am I not even allowed to visit? We don't need your concern. Get out. Cousin-in-law, please don't fight over me. I'm fine. I just fainted from the exhaustion of the journey. My previous doctor prescribed some medicine for me. I'll be much better after I take it. I glanced at the awakened Lu Ruyan. Fine then. Since you don't need my help, I won't interfere. I was going to suggest asking my father to find an imperial physician for her. But since they don't want it, so be it. After returning to my courtyard, I had Chunlan and Shoju bring out ink and paper. I began to work on a painting. Not long after, Yuni-chan walked in. Tonight is Princess Chinyun's birthday. There's a banquet in the palace. You are coming with me. Understood. Perhaps because he wasn't used to such cold treatment from me, Yuni-chan was momentarily stunned. Sensing he hadn't left, I looked up in confusion. Is there something else? Yuni-chan's face was cold. No wonder you suddenly want a divorce. It turns out you're having an affair. I looked up and chuckled. What, are you angry? Then just give me the divorce papers and it's over. Yuni-chan's face instantly turned grim. Suwonha, you really are shameless. Don't say I didn't warn you. If you dare to cuckold me, don't blame me for being ruthless. I watched Yuni-chan leave in a rage and shook my head in disappointment. He still didn't give me the divorce papers. Late in the afternoon, the painting was finally finished. I looked at the painting and nodded with satisfaction. After drying it, I put it away carefully. I would take it with me to the palace today. I had painted a portrait of a man. The man Princess Chinyun had a one-night stand with. When she snuck out of the palace, she had been obsessed with him ever since. In my past life, Lu Ruyan used this painting to win the princess's favor. Later, the princess made life difficult for me to help her. Even though I no longer want to fight for Yuni-chan, I don't want to be targeted by the princess again. Shoju came in from outside. Madam, the master has sent someone to urge you. That man. He has no patience at all. I stopped dawdling. I hurried out with Chunlan and Shoju. Yuni-chan looked at the waiting carriage. His brow furrowed with slight impatience. In their 3 years of marriage, it's not like they hadn't gone out together. But Suwonha had always been ready and waiting for him. She had never made him wait. He inexplicably thought of the portrait he saw yesterday. And the changes in her over the last few days. Even while in the manor, she had never sought him out once. Could it be as she said? She truly doesn't love him anymore? Well, at least she won't make a scene during the divorce. Let's go. A voice came from behind. Yuni-chan turned to look. Suwonha was slender, but perfectly proportioned. Her skin was like snow, and now, dressed up meticulously, she was breathtakingly beautiful. Yuni-chan's face darkened. What are you wearing? It's completely improper. Go change. I looked down at my outfit. Xingchang had open social customs. This style of dress was considered normal. It's just that his own thinking was conservative and outdated. Why should I listen to him? I'm not changing. If you can't stand it, we can take separate carriages. There would be an assassination attempt on the way back from the banquet. In my past life, I took a sword strike to protect him. I thought it would make him fall in love with me. But he didn't even visit me after we returned. This time around, I don't care if he lives or dies. Not only that, I intend to stay far away. I might as well use this chance to ride in a separate carriage. But I knew perfectly well that we couldn't actually arrive separately. Without making a scene, I boarded the carriage. The palace banquet was lively and magnificent. After getting off the carriage at the palace gate, we walked to the imperial garden for the feast. We arrived just in time. The banquet was starting. The officials and their families were seated on opposite sides. The front row of the men's side consisted of 3 princes and the crown prince. There was also a second prince, but he didn't attend due to poor health. The women's side featured several princesses. Princess Qianyun was the 3rd princess, daughter of noble consort Nian, and was highly favored by the emperor. Since it was her birthday today, she sat in the prominent position in the first row. The emperor and empress, both over 50, sat on the main thrones. After the formal greetings came the presentation of gifts. I placed the scroll into Princess Qianyun's hands, then whispered softly, "Your Highness, this painting was done by my own hand. It may not be a grand masterpiece, so perhaps your highness should view it in private." Princess Qianyun turned to look at me with disdain. I knew it was because my beauty had always been ranked above hers. She had always been dissatisfied with me. Now that I only gave her a painting for her birthday, she likely felt insulted. However, I wasn't flustered. Not a grand masterpiece? Madame Yun is being too humble. I've heard of your skill with a brush. This painting must be a masterpiece. A masterpiece should be enjoyed by everyone. Sharing joy is better than keeping it to oneself, isn't it? I didn't stop her. I knew she wouldn't truly open it fully in front of everyone. Sure enough, the painting was only halfway open when Qianyun's eyes widened in shock. Then, she looked at me with eyes full of wild excitement. Amidst the curious and confused gazes of the crowd, Qianyun quickly rolled up the painting. The emperor couldn't help but be curious. What kind of painting was it? Yuner, what painting is so good that you like it so much? Am I not allowed to see it either? It's nothing much, royal father. Just something we girls like. I'll show it to you privately later, okay? Ha ha ha, very well. Madame Yun's gift has made my princess happy. Reward her. I thank your majesty for the reward. Rise, you may be excused. Assassins, protect the emperor. I had just stood up when a flash of a blade zipped past my face, heading straight for the emperor above. In my past life, the assassins appeared on the road back. Wasn't their target Yunichen? There were no assassins at the banquet before. Could it be that because of my rebirth, everything around me has changed? As I was thinking, I was suddenly grabbed and pulled into a nearby corner. What are you doing? Do you want to die? I looked up at Yunichen and coldly withdrew my hand. In the blink of an eye, the assassins were already fighting with the Imperial Guard. All the military officials joined the fray. Even the restless Shen Qinghuan joined the fight. I looked up and saw someone sneaking up behind Shen Qinghuan to stab her. Shen Qinghuan, careful. My body moved faster than my brain. I took the sword strike for Shen Qinghuan, though I adjusted my posture so it wasn't fatal. It really hurt. Shen Qinghuan turned and looked at me in shock. After realizing what happened, she killed the assassin and caught me. Su Wanhe, are you crazy? I looked up at Shen Qinghuan. We're even now. I no longer owe her. With that, I couldn't hold on any longer and fainted. Here. Here. How could this happen? It was so noisy. I opened my eyes to see my mother-in-law crying her eyes out. Turning my head, Yunichen and his father were also there. I looked at my mother-in-law. The concern in her eyes was so sincere. I couldn't understand why she ignored me in the end. Mother. Don't cry, I'm fine. Hearing her words, Yunichen got angry for no reason. Fine? You were lucky this time. You can't even protect yourself, yet you tried to save someone else? Stupid. Hearing him, I felt wronged. Why, even though I don't care about Yunichen anymore, did I still have to get stabbed? But taking the hit for Shen Qinghuan, I don't regret it. Seeing my aggrieved expression, Yunichen was momentarily taken aback. Enough, here is still injured. She needs rest, so stop scolding her. Here, rest well. I'll go cook some porridge for you. Okay. My mother-in-law left, leaving only Yuni-chan and me in the room. I was in too much pain to deal with him. So I simply closed my eyes and ignored him. During the hour of the boar, my father, the Duke of Rome, and my mother, the Duchess, rushed over. My precious daughter. How could you be so foolish? Blades have no eyes. You just rushed in like that. If something had happened, how could your mother possibly go on living? Watching my mother cry while holding my hand, my heart felt heavy. Even in this second life, I don't want to lose them. But I am not their biological daughter after all. Mother, I'm fine. Don't worry. I made sure to avoid my vital spots. Even so, it's not okay. Don't ever be so foolish again. Do you know how worried your father and I were? My father had a stern face, but his eyes were full of heartache. I smiled happily. Okay. I'll listen to father. In the future, I will never be so foolish again. My father's expression softened. That's more like it. Does it still hurt? I shook my head. With father and mother here, it doesn't hurt anymore. Still as cheeky as ever. Hee, but it's the truth. Yuni-chan looked at Suwonha, at her genuine, playful smile. In 3 years of marriage, this was the first time he had seen it. It looked much better than her usual self. After making sure I was okay, my father and mother left. The room fell quiet once more. I was tired, so I decided to just sleep. I slept for several days. Just when I felt like I was going to grow moldy, someone finally came to visit. Madam, the young lady is here. Let her in. In my previous life, Lu Ruyan's heart condition also improved around this time, and she came to see me. Except last time, she didn't come to visit the sick. She came to provoke me. Back then, I was so angry that I crawled out of bed despite the pain to hit her. I beat her until she, who had just recovered, fell seriously ill again. Although Yuni-chan couldn't do much to me, he treated me even more coldly from then on, and I began to resent Lu Ruyan because of that incident. Ruyan greets cousin-in-law. Ruyan was unwell a few days ago and couldn't visit. I hope cousin-in-law won't blame me. I turned to look at Lu Ruyan. She looked terrified and nervous. As if I were already bullying her, whether it's because of Yuni-chan or not. I simply do not like her. Your health is poor. It's good enough that you could visit at all. I should be thanking you for coming. Why would I blame you? Lu Ruyan's eyes brightened with a smile. No need for thanks. Cousin allowed Ruyan to stay at the Yun Manor for treatment. Ruyan is beyond grateful. It's only right that I come to see you. Was she telling me that it was Yuni-chan who let her stay here? Chunlan walked in carrying a medicinal meal. Madam, it's time for your medicine. I nodded. Just as I was about to speak, Lu Ruyan came over to help me sit up. I raised an eyebrow and didn't stop her. I sat up with her assistance. She then hurried to place a cushion behind my back. Her movements were gentle and attentive. Thank you. You're welcome. It's only right to help cousin look after you. After saying that, Lu Ruyan turned to Chunlan, who was holding the medicine. Could you let me feed cousin-in-law? Please don't misunderstand. Cousin was willing to take me in. And even stayed by my side for my treatment. Ruyan is grateful. And wants to do what she can to share cousin's burden. I sneered inwardly. She really never misses an opportunity to remind me how well Yuni-chan treats her. Alright. Chunlan. Give the medicine to Ruyan. Chunlan nodded. And carefully handed the bowl to Lu Ruyan. Lu Ruyan looked surprised. Seemingly shocked that I could remain so calm. Lu Ruyan's feeding was very slow, continuing until Yuni-chan hurried into the room. Perhaps not expecting to see us getting along so harmoniously, he was momentarily stunned. I had just finished the medicine. Chunlan quickly handed me a candied fruit. Lu Ruyan stood up sensibly. Cousin-in-law. You two talk, Ruyan will take her leave now. After she left, I turned to look at Yuni-chan. What? Afraid I'd eat your precious Ruyan? Am I that evil in your eyes? Yuni-chan's expression said, do I really need to state how bad you are? I reached up and touched my nose. Fine then. Let's not talk about the past. You'll see in the future. I'm glad you two can get along. How are you feeling? The medicine used is the best from the palace. I feel much better. I should be able to get out of bed tomorrow. As long as you're fine, I have matters to attend to. So I'll be going now. Looking at his retreating back, I curled my lip. If it weren't for his concern for his cousin, he probably wouldn't have come at all. It's a good thing I'm no longer heartbroken by this. Madam, Miss Qinghuan is here to see you. And she's brought many gifts. I turned my head, and saw Shen Qinghuan walking in, dressed in red. Having been rivals for many years, we had said many nasty things about each other. Now that we were sitting together properly, it was so awkward that I didn't know how to start a conversation. Thank you for saving me that day. I came to see you today. I brought you some supplements. Are you alright? Shen Qinghuan was the first to break the awkwardness. I smiled. Don't worry, I'm fine. Why did you save me? Haven't we always been at odds? What did you mean that day when you said we were even? It didn't mean much. I just realized you're not that bad. I want to be your friend. Just as I finished speaking, a hand was placed on my shoulder. Don't worry, you saved my life. From now on, you, Su Wanhe, are my, Shen Qinghuan's, best sister. If you ever need anything, just let me know. Your sister will be there at a moment's notice. Actually, I do need something right now. What is it? Don't worry. As long as it's within my power, I'll do everything I can. I pointed to my shoulder. Take your hand off. My shoulder is the part that's injured. It really hurts, sister. Shen Qinghuan froze, then gave an embarrassed laugh. She quickly let go. Sorry. I got too excited and wasn't paying attention. I knew her forthright personality, so I didn't hold it against her. It's fine, I'm much better now. It doesn't hurt much anymore. That's good. When you've recovered, I'll take you out. After confirming I was alright, Shen Qinghuan left. For the next few days, I focused on my recovery. My injury healed quickly. Knowing that I had recovered, Shen Qinghuan sent someone to invite me to the spring lake. It was the lake festival, and the weather was perfect. Yingqing Spring Lake was bustling with excitement. Before I got married, I went every year after the marriage, because Yuni Chen's grandmother often said that for a married woman, to show her face in public would bring shame to her husband's family. I stopped going out, looking at the numerous boats, and the lively scenes of singing and dancing everywhere. I realized I hadn't seen such a vibrant atmosphere in a very long time. At that moment, many people looked over at our boat in surprise. Perhaps they were surprised to see me out with my rival, Shen Qinghuan. On a small boat not far away, Huang Yingrong and Xiazi were also watching, but because of what I'd said before, the two of them didn't dare to approach us. You haven't come for the past few years. The Xingqiang kingdom has become even more prosperous recently. It's much livelier than it was a few years ago. Indeed. Suddenly, a gasp rippled through the crowd. As expected, it was the arrival of Yuni Chen and Shen Jiming, along with Song Jiuling, that caused the stir. I turned my head to look. Sure enough, I saw them. Unexpectedly, Lu Ruyan was with them. And their entire party was heading towards our boat. Shen Qinghuan also saw Lu Ruyan trailing behind Yuni Chen. Having been to the Yun Manor once, she knew that was Yuni Chen's cousin. After all, when she visited, she had seen her coming out of my courtyard. And even greeted her. Seeing me look in Yuni Chen's direction, Shen Qinghuan couldn't help but say, they say forced fruit isn't sweet. If you want to eat fruit, you have to find a sweet one. Back then, I had my eye on that piece of fruit. Who cared if it was sweet or not? I just wanted to pluck it. Who knew it would turn out to be a bitter melon? By then, the group had arrived. What bitter melon? None of your business. What took you so long? We've been waiting forever. Yuni Chen glanced at me. He wasn't stupid. He knew the bitter melon I was talking about was him. But what right did I have to say that? He was growing just fine on his own vine. Who asked me to pluck him? Yuni Chen's lips curled into a sneer. Cousin-in-law, we meant to ask you to join us. But you weren't in your courtyard. It seems you left early. I glanced at Lu Ruyan. Was she flaunting the fact that she could go out with Yuni Chen? I couldn't be bothered with her petty tricks. I came to get Ahe early this morning. You all just left too late. Alright. Everyone's here now. Let's set sail. Hearing Shen Qinghuan's familiar name for me, the men looked a bit surprised. They never expected that my taking an arrow for her would make us good friends. As the men chatted, there was nothing for the women to do. So I went out on deck to watch the performance in the middle of the lake. As I watched, my mind began to wander. The emperor's health is failing. The court is in turmoil. Yuni-chan holds a high and powerful position, has the upper hand, and is also connected to the Duke of Rong's manor. Cousin-in-law. I glanced at Lu Ruyan, who had come out. I nodded at her. Shin Qinghuan waved at me. I started walking toward her. However, my foot landed on a wooden pole on the deck. My body flew towards the lake. Cousin-in-law. Help. Someone fell into the water, my body kept sinking. As I struggled, I saw Yuni-chan jump into the water and swim towards Lu Ruyan. I thought my heart couldn't hurt anymore. But it still ached. This was the man I had loved with all my being in my past life. I couldn't compare to his ambitions, and I couldn't even compare to Lu Ruyan. I didn't even occupy a tiny corner of his heart. Just when I thought I was about to die, a large hand grabbed me and pulled me up. The feeling of being saved was agonizing. My throat was full of water. And as I coughed, I suddenly saw the wooden pole nearby. It was the broken shaft of an oar. It wasn't strange to find one on a boat, but when I had come onto the deck, that oar hadn't been behind me. I remembered very clearly, but I couldn't be sure if it had simply rolled behind me when the boat rocked. But could this all be a coincidence? Right before I fell, I had reached out to grab the ship's railing. But Lu Ruyan suddenly appeared, and I grabbed her instead, pulling us both into the water. I looked at Lu Ruyan with cold eyes. I hadn't provoked her, but she came after me first. In that case, she shouldn't blame me for what happens next. Ah hey, are you alright? How did you fall in so suddenly? You scared me to death. It's a good thing my brother can swim. I snapped back to reality. I'm fine. Thank you, Brother Shin. Shin Jiming quickly took off his outer robe and draped it over my shoulders. It was nothing. Your clothes are soaked. My robe is thick, it should keep you warm. I hope you don't mind. Not at all. I couldn't be more grateful. Seeing this, Yuni-chan, who was standing nearby, frowned. Ruyan fell into the water. I'll take her back first. Go on, go on. Lady Yun's health is what matters most. The three of us got into the carriage. I deliberately wrapped myself tightly in Shin Jiming's robe and sat to one side. Lu Ruyan, ever frail, had worn thick clothes. They weren't soaked through. But because she had fallen into the water, her already pale face looked even worse. She was breathing in ragged gasps. Ruyan. How are you feeling? Cousin. I'm fine. You should check on cousin-in-law. She was rescued after me. Was she flaunting the fact that Yuni-chan saved her first? I pursed my lips. She truly never missed an opportunity to show off. Staging this whole scene today was just to make me watch him save her first. To prove how important she was in his heart. Whatever her purpose. This was the last time. If she dared to provoke me again, she shouldn't blame me for being ruthless. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Of course you're fine. Ruyan's constitution is weak to begin with. What were your intentions, pulling her into the water with you? I pulled her in? Did I ask her to save me? I wouldn't have fallen in the first place. Her so-called rescue attempt is what caused me to fall. I haven't even questioned her intentions yet. Lu Ruyan lowered her head, and at an angle we couldn't see, a cruel light flashed in her eyes. But when she looked up, her eyes were already brimming with grievance. I'm sorry, cousin-in-law. I was only trying to save you. I didn't realize I wasn't strong enough. Yuni-chan. I told you, I don't love you anymore. I won't target anyone to compete for your affection. Believe it or not, I'll let today's incident slide. But you'd better tell your cousin to stay away from me. If there is a next time, don't blame me for being unkind. You know what I'm capable of. Driver, stop the carriage. Just like that, I got out, still wrapped in the damp robe. As the carriage pulled away, I heard Yuni-chan's resolute voice telling the driver to move on. My heart had never felt so cold. I went to my second brother's place at the Hamlin Academy. When he saw me walk in, completely soaked, my brother rushed over, his face etched with worry. What happened? Someone, fetch some dry clothes, quickly. Seeing my brother, a wave of grievance washed over me. Brother. Seeing me like this, his eyes filled with pain. But that pain quickly turned to fury. Did Yuni-chan do this to you? Don't worry, here. I'm going to find him right now. I'll make things right for you. Their precious baby sister. Being treated like this by that Yuni-chan. This time, he would make him pay. No, brother. He didn't bully me. I just went boating and accidentally fell into the water. My brother clearly didn't believe me. He knew his own sister too well. Other than Yuni-chan, who else could make her so dejected and miserable? Seeing his disbelief, I continued, it really wasn't him. He can't hurt me anymore. I don't love him anymore. My grief belongs to my past life. In the end, he ignored me. Even though he promised he would always protect me. But I was a real fool back then. My brother's face was a mask of disbelief. What did you say? You don't love him anymore? My brother looked up at the sky, as if checking to see if the sun had risen in the west. It's true. I really don't love him anymore. Not only that, I'm planning to divorce him. I said with utmost sincerity, my expression pleading for him to believe me. My brother's eyes widened. Then he raised his hand and felt my forehead. I rolled my eyes and pulled his hand away. I'm perfectly clear-headed. I loved him for 3 years. And it wasn't enough to make him love me. So, I've stopped loving him. I've moved on. It's good that you've moved on. Very good. I always said that Yuni-chan was no good. He's not worthy of our precious here. Don't you worry, here. Even if you get divorced. Even if it's for a second marriage, your eldest brother, I, and our parents will find another good match for you. No one will dare to bully you again. Brother. Even though I'd be divorced, I'm still a virgin. I won't have trouble finding a good family. With that, I lifted my sleeve, revealing the cinnabar mark on the inside of my wrist. However, upon seeing the mark, my brother's expression changed instantly. His face darkened. I was about to comfort him, when an attendant walked in. My lord, the clothes are ready. My brother took a deep breath, reaching out to touch my damp hair. Here, I have to go out for a bit. Change your clothes and head back first, alright? Alright, brother. You go on ahead. I'll head back soon. Watching him leave, Su Wanjin finally lost control and clenched his fists. Married for 3 years, and her cinnabar mark was still there. It was proof of how much their family's treasure had suffered over these 3 years. That Yuni-chan, he had some nerve. After he left, Su Wanjin went to find Yuni-chan. The moment they met, a fist flew towards his face. Yuni-chan reacted, raising a hand to retaliate. But Su Wanjin grabbed him by the collar. You've been married for 3 years, and here cinnabar mark is still intact. Yuni-chan, who the hell do you think you are? How dare you wrong my sister? How dare you? If he or didn't love you, would a commoner like you ever be worthy of her? This punch is a warning. If you dare to wrong her again, I'll kill you with my own hands. With that, Su Wanjin angrily shoved Yuni-chan away and left. He was afraid that if he stayed any longer, he would cripple him. Yuni-chan clenched his fists, a storm brewing in his eyes. If the time were right, he would have taken Su Wanjin's life on the spot. When I returned to the Yun Manor, Yuni-chan wasn't there. I didn't care. I went straight to my courtyard. After walking for so long in wet clothes, my head felt heavy. All I wanted was to sleep. In my deep sleep, I felt a weight press down on me. I had just opened my eyes when I saw Yuni-chan kissing me like a madman. The strong stench of alcohol filled the air. He was drunk. I pushed him away with all my might. Yuni-chan, are you crazy? He grabbed my chin in a death grip. At that moment, I was scared. But at the same time, a fire of rage ignited within me. What right did he have to treat me this way? Without thinking, I slapped him. The crisp sound echoed in the room. I had used all my strength. His face was red from the blow, and my hand was numb. Yuni-chan was stunned. But he recovered in an instant. His eyes looked like he wanted to devour me whole. He clenched his fist. I instinctively covered my face. However, a loud bang echoed beside my head. He had punched the bed frame next to my head. Then, the weight on my body lifted. He got up and left. The next day at noon, I was reading a book when Chunlan came in. Madam, the young miss is here. I looked up from my book. Let her in. As soon as I spoke, Lu Ruyan walked in. Cousin-in-law. I looked up at her. I had to admit, she was very good at hiding her true feelings. Whether in my past life or this one. Her two-faced act she put on for me and Yuni-chan had never been discovered. If I hadn't been reborn, I might never have known. Her coming to see me today must be because I've been ignoring her, making her feel as if she has no importance to Yuni-chan. That had to be it. After all, in my past life, every time I bullied her, Yuni-chan would come to her aid. He even took greater care of her later on. But in this life, since I wasn't causing her trouble, Yuni-chan rarely visited her. Cousin-in-law, I sneered, just looking at her. What was with that pitiful, bullied expression? Lu Ruyan, aren't you tired of this act? Lu Ruyan's expression stiffened for a moment. But she quickly recovered. Ruyan doesn't understand what you mean, cousin-in-law. Staging that fall into the lake on the boat was to show off that Yuni-chan would save you first, wasn't it? You love Yuni-chan. Go pursue him, by all means. I won't get involved. I can even help you. But don't you dare think about using me. Understand? After I finished, Lu Ruyan's face turned pale. But soon, her expression turned to one of grievance. Cousin-in-law, you've wronged me. It wasn't my decision for cousin to swim towards me. I didn't ask him to. Lu Ruyan clenched her fists. A sinister glint flashed in her downcast eyes. If you hadn't forced him to marry you, cousin would be my husband. Just wait. Sooner or later, he will be mine. Cousin-in-law, please don't misunderstand. I only think of him as a brother. Stop. Whether you love him or not is your business. I don't want to get involved. But my warning stands. Don't provoke me. Now, if there's nothing else, please leave. And don't bother me again. Go bother your precious cousin. Lu Ruyan kept her head down. I couldn't see the emotion in her eyes. Nor did I want to. I simply waved for Chunlan and Shoju to escort her out. After Lu Ruyan left, I lost my mood for reading. I got up and went straight to the Hanlin Academy. Lady Yun, you've come. I turned to see He Butching walking towards me. He had a smile on his face and was holding a stack of books. It seemed he knew my identity now. How have you been? Very well. The Hanlin Academy is where I've always dreamed of being. Thank you for your recommendation, Lady Yun. It's the only reason I'm here. I'm very grateful. I understood that his previous status had prevented him from entering the academy. I smiled. As long as you're doing well, that's what matters. I have something to discuss with my brother. We can talk later. Looking for Master Su? I was just heading there myself. Would you mind if I accompany you, Lady Yun? Not at all. My brother was a master at the academy. His current title was master. He was also the Grand Tutor's prize student. Within the academy, he held a position akin to a vice-chancellor. When we arrived, my brother was reviewing the students' examination essays. His face lit up when he saw me. Here, what brings you here? As he spoke, Su Wanji nodded to He Butching. He put the books down and left. After He Butching had gone, my brother casually remarked, Here. That person you recommended is quite good. He's well-read and knowledgeable. With proper nurturing, his future will be limitless. It seemed my brother was quite pleased with He Butching. That's good. After saying that, I lowered my head, my face a mask of grievance. Seeing me like this, my brother immediately frowned. What's wrong? Did that Yuni-chan bully you again? I nodded, tears welling in my eyes. When I looked up at him, the tears streamed down. Brother. Yuni-chan, he came back last night and was violent with me. I was deliberately blowing things out of proportion. It would be best if I could just get rid of Yuni-chan for good. What? He dared to lay a hand on you? That damn Yuni-chan. One punch wasn't enough to teach him a lesson, was it? I was too easy on him. How dare he bully my sister? Don't worry, here. I won't let him get away with this. Go home and wait. I'll be there after I finish up here. So, Yuni-chan had been hit after all. No wonder he was so furious last night. After leaving the academy, I looked up at the sky. When the divorce happens, will their love and protection still be with me? Will I have to leave all alone? The thought was quite miserable. Madam, this robe is dry now. Should I have someone send it to young General Shen? I looked at the neatly folded robe in Chunlan's hands. No, I'll take it to him myself. Shin Jiming saved my life, but I still felt it was best to thank him in person. Around noon, I arrived at the residence of the Rongwa General. To my surprise, Yuni-chan was also there. So, he didn't come home after court. He came here to see Shin Jiming. Shin Xinghuan happily waved at me. Here, you're here. Come and sit. I walked over and handed Shin Jiming his robe. Young General Shin, I've had your robe washed. Thank you for saving me that day. I brought a small gift. I hope you won't find it lacking. Shin Jiming glanced at Yuni-chan beside him and took the robe. You're too kind, Lady Yun. It was a small effort, not worth mentioning. If it weren't for you that day, young General Shin, I might not be standing here right now. Of course, I must thank you. Hearing this, Yunichen's expression changed. Shin Jiming was about to say something else, but Shin Qinghuan cut in. Alright, brother. Don't be so modest. Here brought a gift, so just accept it. Come on, here. Let's go over there. Let these men talk amongst themselves. I nodded and followed Shin Qinghuan. Next, Shin Qinghuan showed me her room and her weapon collection. After seeing it, I was a bit speechless. Are all your favorite things these swords and blades? No. Just when I thought that couldn't be all, she took out a white whip. Besides those swords and blades, I also like whips. This one is called the Dragon Pattern Whip. You could call it the King of Whips. The Crown Prince gave it to me the other day. The Crown Prince, you shouldn't get too close to him. Perhaps because the Crown Prince gave her this whip in our past life, she ended up marrying him. But in the end, the Crown Prince was deposed, and she was demoted to a commoner. As her good friend, I want to change her fate. Don't worry. If I didn't like this whip so much, I wouldn't have accepted his gift. I'll find a chance to return the favor. I nodded. If I keep reminding her, I should be able to change her fate. When I was leaving, Yunichen came out too. Let's go back together. I didn't refuse. After we got into the carriage, Yunichen looked at me. His expression was still not very pleasant. Are you blaming me for not saving you first that day? No. Who you save first is your choice. Yunichen looked as if he thought, see? You are blaming me. I was speechless. My cousin is ill. It was only natural for me to save her first. I know she's ill. I understand. He probably didn't expect me to be so calm. For a moment, he didn't know what to say. As long as you understand, I said nothing more. The carriage soon arrived at the Yun residence. I got out first and went inside, watching Su Wanhe walk away, ignoring him. Yunichen frowned slightly. I had just returned to my courtyard when I saw Princess Qian Yun waiting there. I quickly curtsied. Greetings, Your Highness. Rise, quickly. I wanted to come see you the very next day. But after my father, the Emperor, saw the portrait that night, he grounded me. Today, I finally found a chance to sneak out. I came straight to you. Wanhe. Do you know the young man? From the portrait you gave me? Wanhe. Do you know where he is? I do not know him, Your Highness. Hearing my words, Princess Qianyun's face was full of disbelief. There was even anger in her eyes. Su Wanhe, are you trying to deceive me? If you don't know him, how could you know what he looks like? Are you selfishly trying to hide him for yourself? If you dare, believe me, I will kill you. I was speechless. Although the man in the painting is handsome, he's still not quite on Yunichen's level. Ever since I met Yunichen, my standards have been raised quite a bit. At least, so far, I haven't met a man more handsome than him, let alone someone so handsome I'd want to hide him away. Your Highness, please don't be anxious. I truly don't know this man. But I know where he is. You can go to Flower Street. The man is there, looking for you with your portrait. You went to Flower Street? Did you choose his services? The capital's Flower Street isn't just a place for men. There are places for women to enjoy themselves, too. But I never expected that the man Princess Qian Yun is so obsessed with would be that kind of man. No, I only saw your portrait. Rest assured, nothing happened between us. If you don't believe me, look, my cinnabar dot is still here. Seeing my cinnabar dot, Princess Qian Yun's eyes widened in disbelief. You've been married to Yunichen for 3 years, haven't you? And your cinnabar dot is still there? Is Yunichen incapable? A wicked idea suddenly came to me. I didn't explain. Instead, I put on a sad face and sighed. No other words were needed. Princess Qian Yun understood instantly. She looked at me with a face full of sympathy and sighed. I never thought Lord Yun, with his godlike appearance, so tall and handsome, was actually. Thank goodness I never asked my father for a decree to marry him. Well. So, she also had her eye on Yunichen back then. Perhaps she was just a step behind me. Alright, I'm leaving now. We'll talk again when we have time. I nodded. I turned to see her off. However, when I saw him standing at the courtyard gate, I froze. It was Chen, his face dark. Lord Yun, I'll be taking my leave now. You know, you could actually see a royal physician about it. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Princess Qianyun left. Chen's dark eyes turned to me. I was caught red-handed talking behind his back. I felt a bit guilty and rubbed my nose. When did you get here? Chen stared at me. What do you think? I figured he heard everything. Just as I was thinking, Chen suddenly moved closer. Should I show you right now whether I'm capable or not? He was very close. I could clearly see his fair skin. It was hard to even see his pores. I have to admit, I was quite envious of his skin. Wait, what am I thinking? I quickly pushed him away and stepped back. No, thank you. I don't want to know. I don't know if it was because I rejected him and made him lose face. But his expression instantly turned sour. You're not worthy of knowing anyway. With that, Chen turned and left. I breathed a sigh of relief. It seems next time I badmouth him, I'll have to check my surroundings. Just then, Choju came in. Madam, there's been some movement from Miss Lu's side. Finally, some action. The corners of my lips curled up. Tomorrow is Chen's grandmother's 60th birthday. It should be very lively. Old Madam Yun, who cares deeply about appearances, was celebrating her birthday in grand style. Many of the guests were Chen's colleagues from the court, as well as some merchants trying to curry favor with him. As soon as I arrived in the main hall, I saw my mother-in-law and steward Chen bustling about, Chen and my father-in-law entertaining guests, and his grandmother chatting with the wives of merchants. When the old madam saw me, she said, "Here, you're here. Good, go make some desserts. We'll have them after the meal." Yes, grandmother. The desserts were quickly prepared. By then, the birthday banquet had begun. I sat down and ate quietly. I didn't say a word the entire time. After the meal, I was about to leave. Suddenly, at the table with the old ladies and Lu Ruyan, everyone turned pale, clutched their stomachs, and collapsed onto the table. Chen, who hadn't eaten the desserts, frowned. He quickly ordered, "What's going on?" "Steward Chen, go get a doctor, quickly." The doctor arrived. Quickly and determined it was food poisoning. But the people at the other tables were not poisoned. Just then, the doctor looked at the desserts on the table. "My lord, may I examine these desserts?" Chen looked at the desserts, then looked in my direction. I met his gaze openly. "Go ahead." The doctor picked up a dessert to examine it. He then took out a silver needle and inserted it. Instantly, the needle turned black. Seeing this, the old madam shouted, "So, it was you, Su Wanha. You said last time that you would never make desserts for me again. Yet today, you were so kind as to make them. It turns out you were trying to kill us." When the guests heard this, they immediately started pointing and whispering at me. My expression remained unchanged as I looked at them. Suddenly, Lu Ruyan began to cough violently, until she spat out a mouthful of blood. The doctor hurried over to check on her. "My lord, this young lady's poisoning is severe. It's a good thing it was discovered in time. Otherwise, she would have died." The doctor then quickly took out a pill, about to put it in Lu Ruyan's mouth. I strode forward and snatched the pill from the doctor's hand. In that same instant, Chen grabbed my hand. "I thought you had really changed. I didn't expect it was all an act. Su Wanha, I've already told you. Ruyan is my cousin. She came to the capital for treatment. Can you not tolerate even this?" I looked at Chen. I knew that no matter what happened, he would never believe me. And I never expected him to. I shook his hand off. "What do you mean, I can't tolerate her? I'm just worried about her. This doctor clearly isn't very skilled. He just casually pulls out a pill to give to cousin. Who knows if this medicine is even effective? I was worried something might happen today, so I took the liberty of summoning a royal physician. It's a good time for him to take a look at cousin, too." As I spoke, I looked towards the royal physician who was walking in. "Physician Wen, quickly, please check on my mother-in-law and the others." Physician Wen nodded to me and went forward to check their pulses, replying to Lady Yun. "The old madam and your mother-in-law are not in serious danger. They only ingested a medicine that causes stomachaches. I'll prescribe something, and they will be fine. As for this young lady, she did not take the stomachache medicine. She took a drug that accelerates the heart rate. because she has a pre-existing heart condition. It caused her to gasp for air and spit blood. However, this drug is usually taken in small doses, and it takes some time to take effect. She must have taken this drug some time ago. The gasping caused by this drug will pass quickly. There is no antidote. The pill in your hand, madam, is just an ordinary health tonic. The other doctor quickly knelt. My lord, spare me. Madam, spare me. I knew the young lady was in no serious danger. I gave her a tonic. Only because I wanted to earn some money. My lord, spare me. Madam, after you finished making the desserts and left. A guard spoke up. We saw this maid enter the kitchen suspiciously. We searched her and found this on her person. I took the powder from the guard and handed it to the physician. Physician, when? Is this the drug that causes stomachaches? It is. Yuni-chan. Did you hear that? Lu Ruyan took her medicine this morning. Next time, before you speak, try using your brain. Someone like her, with no looks, no status, and no talent, is not even worthy of me plotting against her, because I didn't spare his feelings. Yuni-chan's face turned ugly. As for Lu Ruyan, her face was pale with humiliation. Just then, my mother-in-law looked up and saw the maid. Her face was full of shock. Xiao Chui? How could it be you? I've always treated you so well. How could you? I watched Lu Ruyan and saw her give Xiao Chui a meaningful look. Xiao Chui quickly broke free from the guards. Yes, it was me. I administered the drug. I started preparing this morning. I only asked to borrow some money from you to treat my mother. That little bit of money is nothing to you. But you wouldn't even lend it to me. So what if you're rich? I should have used real poison and sent all of you on your way. I hate you rich people. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, you found me out now. Go on, kill me. I knew it wasn't that my mother-in-law wouldn't help her. It was because she had no money. Currently, the grandmother manages the Yun family finances. She has never given my mother-in-law a single coin. As for why I have money, it's because she has no control over me. My dowry is my own. Ha 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 ha. Xiao Chui shouted, stop your crocodile tears. You've caught me now. Do what you will, kill me or torture me. Hearing this, the guests began to murmur among themselves. I can't believe the chief minister's mother is so stingy. I know, right? The maid was borrowing money to save her mother, not asking for a handout. She wouldn't even lend that little bit. No wonder the maid wanted revenge. Exactly. But the maid is still kind-hearted. She didn't use any real poison. Hearing the crowd, my mother-in-law's face turned deathly pale. But she didn't dare say a word. Her cowardice made me feel uneasy. I spoke to the maid. If you needed to borrow money, you could have come to me. My mother-in-law has no money. No money? She's the chief minister's own mother. How could she have no money? The maid sneered, you are a noble lady from a great house. Why would you care about the life or death of a lowly servant like me? I explained, the grandmother manages all the money in the Yun residence. My mother-in-law doesn't go out, so she doesn't have a single coin on her. It's not that she didn't want to help you. You've been in this residence for over a year, right? Have you ever seen her leave the house? Xiao Chui turned to look at my mother-in-law. Seeing this, my mother-in-law kept apologizing to her. I'm sorry, Xiao Chui, I really didn't have any money to lend you. I truly didn't want to refuse to help you. Xiao Chui's eyes reddened. She stopped speaking, and just lowered her head. The guests heard that the chief minister's own mother didn't have a single bit of money to her name. Looks of disbelief appeared on their faces. Yuni-chen frowned. He turned to his grandmother, who was feeling better. Grandmother, you manage the household finances. Don't you give mother a monthly allowance? The old madam rubbed her head, feigning a headache. Although I manage the finances, I'm getting old and often have headaches. There are many things I can't keep track of. She never asked me for any, so I assumed she didn't need it. I must have forgotten to give it to her. Her excuse was plausible. Old Madame Yun was indeed quite old. It was normal for her to forget sometimes. I scoffed inwardly. She could say that to fool others. A headache? I'd never seen her have one. She was just used to bullying my mother-in-law. She was quite good at putting on an act in front of outsiders. Judging by the maid and the doctor's behavior, it was obvious they had been bought by Lu Ruyan. She certainly had some skills. I didn't plan to investigate further. After all, if I said too much, I would just seem aggressive. Besides, Yuni Chen and I were not yet divorced. We were still tied together. I didn't want my family to become a laughingstock. As for Lu Ruyan, she was getting restless. She would definitely cause more trouble. We had plenty of time. I had Chunlan take out a 100-tael silver note and handed it to the maid. Take this money and get treatment for your mother. I ignored her further and gestured for her to be taken away. I then looked up at the guests. Everyone. I apologize for the farce that occurred in our home today. We've made a spectacle of ourselves. The guests quickly shook their heads. Not at all, Lady Yun. These things happen. Every family has its problems. It's nothing to laugh about. Yuni Chen glanced at me but said nothing. I looked at Yuni Chen. Grandmother is getting old. She should be enjoying her golden years. Let's not have her manage the household anymore. Let mother take over. Hearing my words, the grandmother turned to glare at me furiously. But only for a moment. She quickly concealed her anger. Ichen, Wanha, it's alright. Although I'm old, I'm still healthy. I also want to do something to make things easier for you and Ichen. I turned to Yuni Chen. What do you think? You wouldn't want grandmother to keep working so hard, would you? You have a point. Grandmother. From now on, let mother manage all household affairs. You're getting older. You should rest well. The grandmother stared. From her tightly clenched fists, I knew she wanted to explode. But I wasn't worried. Because she cared too much about her image. Sure enough, after taking a deep breath, she forced a smile. Very well. In that case, I'll hand the household over to your mother. I won't interfere anymore. My head hurts. I'm going to rest now. After saying that, the grandmother left in a fury. I thought my mother-in-law would be happy, but instead, her face was filled with worry. I thought she was worried about not being able to manage the household well. I took her hand to comfort her. Don't worry, mother. With the steward's help, managing the household won't be difficult. I'm not worried about managing the household. It's your grandmother. She's such a domineering person. She's definitely going to take it out on me later. I'll go and apologize to her. It's better to let her manage the house. I was speechless. She really was used to being bullied. She had no will to resist or think for herself. Looking at my mother-in-law, I felt a sense of hopelessness, like trying to build with mud. I moved closer to her and whispered, Mother. Do you know what the most terrifying thing in the world is? What is it? Endurance. And weakness. Constantly enduring and being weak will only make the other person more aggressive. She won't become kinder just because you yield to her. I said no more to her. I turned to help Yuni Chen see the guests out, seeing her plan thwarted so easily by Su Wanha. Lu Ruyan's eyes were filled with resentment, but she didn't dare say anything. The money Su Wanha gave Xiao Chui was more than what she had given. She was afraid that if she pressed the issue, Xiao Chui would betray her. After the guests left, I stretched. Sigh. Entertaining guests really isn't for me. I'm not doing this again. I glanced at Yuni Chen. For once, his eyes were soft as he looked at me. Although he cared a lot about his pride, when he did something wrong, he would admit his mistakes and apologize. I quite liked that about him. In the future, investigate matters thoroughly before speaking. I've told you I don't like you anymore. I won't target anyone because of you again. I hope you remember that. Don't wrongly accuse me again. After I finished speaking, I turned to look at Lu Ruyan, who was still standing nearby. The fleeting hatred in her eyes did not escape my notice. Perhaps she didn't expect me to look at her at that moment. She quickly lowered her head. Imperial physician Wen came over. Lady Yun, the birthday banquet is over. If there is nothing else, I will take my leave. Oh, since Physician Wen is here today, could you please take a look at my cousin's condition? Of course. Seeing that Lu Ruyan wanted to refuse, I didn't give her the chance. I immediately went to her side. Cousin, let's go. I'll help you back to your room. Let the imperial physician have a look at you. As soon as we reached the room, Lu Ruyan said impatiently. Sister-in-law, I've already seen a doctor. There's no need to trouble the imperial physician. Don't worry, I'm fine. Since you've already seen one, that's fine. Imperial physician Wen. I apologize for the trouble. Please take this. Chunlan, please see Physician Wen out. Physician Wen took the silver note and waved his hand at me with a smile. Lady Yun, you're too kind. The Duke and I have been friends for years. There's no need for such formalities. Physician Wen had already taken her pulse before. I wanted to know her condition so I could just send someone to ask him about it later. After seeing Physician Wen off, I had Choji wait at the door. Only Lu Ruyan and I remained in the room. I looked at her coldly. Do you know why I didn't expose you? Lu Ruyan's expression faltered. I don't understand what you mean, sister-in-law. You don't understand? Do I need to spell it out for you? Or should I call the doctor and the maid back? For a little interrogation? Lu Ruyan's face immediately turned ghastly. She finally dropped the act and looked up at me. Sister-in-law, since you knew, why did you help me? I chuckled. Help you? You're overthinking it. I just think that dealing with someone like you is a waste of my time. Indeed, Lu Ruyan was not an important character. I didn't even want to spend another moment on her. I only came to warn you. I no longer like Yuni Chen. Sooner or later, we will be divorced. If you like him, that's your business. I don't care what happens between the two of you. But if you try to provoke me, I won't be so lenient next time. Understand? Do you really think I'll believe you? Everyone in the capital knows you love my cousin more than life itself. Let me tell you, my cousin will never fall in love with you. He is mine. If you hadn't shown up, I would have been the one to marry him. If you hadn't forced him to marry you, you wouldn't even be worthy to stand here and speak to me. I looked down at her with a cold smile. Lu Ruyan, have you ever looked in a mirror? Or is your family too poor to afford one? Can't you see yourself? How pitiful. Even if I hadn't forced him, even if I wasn't in the picture, he still wouldn't marry you. Who would marry someone who is about to die? Am I right? Lu Ruyan looked at me in shock. As if she never expected I would find out about her condition so quickly. Lu Ruyan clenched her fists. Her eyes were filled with pain, resentment, and fear. She knew her body all too well. She was beyond saving. She had at most a year to live. Lu Ruyan's hands tightened. Even if she could only be with him for a year. She wanted to fight for it. But if her cousin found out that she only had a year to live, he would never marry her. Finally, Lu Ruyan looked up at me. Sister-in-law, I'm begging you. Please don't tell my cousin that I don't have long to live. Please? The corners of my lips curled into a slight smile. Are you begging me? Lu Ruyan clenched her hands tightly. Finally, with eyes full of resentment, she nodded. Yes. I'm begging you. Since you're begging me, I'll reluctantly agree. But I'm warning you. Don't direct your schemes at me. With that, I turned and left. As far as I was concerned, what happened between Lu Ruyan and Yuni Chen was none of my business, as long as they left me alone. I frowned as I looked towards the main hall. Just then, a vase came crashing out. It seemed Yuni Chen's grandmother was throwing a tantrum. I stepped into the hall. There, my mother-in-law was kneeling in the center, head bowed. Blood was trickling from her forehead. Shattered porcelain from a vase and teacups lay at her feet. Meanwhile, my father-in-law was standing beside the grandmother, calming her down, completely ignoring his injured wife. No wonder I sometimes saw bruises on my mother-in-law. But before, I was too preoccupied with Yuni Chen to ever ask about them. So the injuries were from grandmother. This was the first time I had ever seen my mother-in-law get hit. When she saw me, the grandmother stopped throwing things. She looked at me awkwardly. Wanha, what are you doing here? I detested this old woman. I ignored her and helped my mother-in-law to her feet. If I hadn't come, Were you planning to beat mother to death, grandmother? At my words, the grandmother's face turned icy. Her gaze toward my mother-in-law was venomous. She would deserve it. She should just mind her own business. Who does she think she is? How dare she covet the Yun family's fortune? I wanted to laugh. Although Yun Chen was the Grand Secretary, he didn't accept bribes. He only had his annual salary. While it was substantial, after covering household expenses, there wasn't much left. The entire wealth of the Yun estate was probably less than a quarter of my dowry. And most importantly, she was being wary of Yun Chen's own mother. How absurd. The Yun family's fortune. Grandmother, your surname isn't Yun, is it? Hearing this, the old woman shot me a nasty look. My surname isn't Yun. But my son's is. Grandmother, have you forgotten? Mother's son is also named Yun. And this fortune was earned by her son. If you think about it, you should be more polite to mother. Be careful, or one day her son might just kick you out. Insolence. What are you saying? You. Ah. Mother. Mother has fainted. Grandmother fainted. The hall erupted into chaos. I ignored it all. And simply helped my mother-in-law back to my courtyard. I helped her sit down. And had Chunlan bring the medicine kit. I cleaned the blood from her face. And applied some ointment. The entire time, my mother-in-law kept her head down, silent. It wasn't until I called out, "Mother," that she looked up at me. Tears flowed like a broken dam, streaming down her face. She bit her lip, letting the tears fall. I knew she had endured far too much over the years. And in this moment, she finally broke. I reached out to wipe away her tears. Go ahead and cry if you need to. Suddenly, my mother-in-law hugged me tightly, burying her face in my stomach, and began to wail. Her suppressed sobs made me realize how similar our fates were. The only difference was, she had given her all for this family, while in my past life, I had given my all for Yun Chen. I also understood why, after my true identity was revealed, she began to ignore me. She didn't dare to associate with me. She had no power in this family. Just then, there was a sound at the door. I turned my head. Yun Chen walked in. He froze when he saw his mother crying in my arms. Then he strode over and grabbed my hand, which was resting on his mother's shoulder. Suwanha. You have some nerve. Not only did you anger grandmother until she fainted, but now you've made mother cry. Do you really think I won't do anything to you? Let me tell you. If anything happens to grandmother, I will make you pay the price. I stared at him in disbelief. I truly didn't expect him to say such things. But then again, it wasn't surprising. His grandmother must have woken up and pinned all the blame on me. His grip was incredibly strong. My wrist throbbed with pain. I endured the pain and looked at Yun Chen. It's only now that I realize that you are utterly brainless. I seriously doubt how you managed to climb to your current position. Hearing my words, Yun Chen's face darkened. What did you say? His grip tightened. The pain made my eyes water. I held back the tears threatening to fall. Let go. Just then, his mother lifted her head from my shoulder. Without a second thought, I viciously kicked upwards at Yun Chen. Caught completely off guard, Yun Chen stumbled backward from the force of my kick, doubled over in pain. Sue. 1. He. Watching his teeth gritting. Murderous expression. I took a slightly fearful step back. Maybe I used a little too much force. I didn't cripple him, did I? At that moment, his mother, having dried her tears, saw the situation and rushed to support him. Chen, are you alright? Yun Chen took a deep breath and slowly straightened up. I'm fine. But she won't be. With that, Yun Chen started towards me. I quickly hid behind his mother. Mother. I didn't kick him on purpose. He was hurting me, so I reacted. This isn't Wanha's fault. Chen. It's my fault. Just then, Yun Chen noticed the wound on his mother's forehead. He froze. He looked at his mother. What happened? She shook her head. It's nothing now. Is your grandmother all right? I was speechless. She was really going to let it go. Perhaps because she was the only person in this house who was kind to me, I couldn't stand to see her being bullied. What do you mean, it's nothing? Today, you said Mother would manage the household, and because of that, your grandmother accused Mother of trying to steal the family fortune, and hit her. Yuni-chan. This hasn't been the only time Mother has been hit over the years. Wanha, that's enough. Don't say any more. I'm fine. You two go on with your business. Looking at my spineless mother-in-law, a swell of anger rose up inside me. But there was nowhere for me to vent it. It was suffocating. My eyes landed on Yuni-chan, who stood stunned by my words. I said coldly, your own mother is constantly being bullied and beaten, and you don't even know, you're useless. And to think Mother has always been so good to you. Actually, I knew he was busy with his official duties and his studies, and was rarely home. His grandmother would only beat and scold his mother when he wasn't around. It was perfectly normal that he didn't know, but I just needed someone to take my anger out on. Yuni-chan frowned slightly, but said nothing. He simply reached out to support his mother. Mother, let's go. I'll take you to see grandmother. I didn't stop them. It was his family's affair, after all. As someone who was planning to leave, I couldn't be bothered but watching him limp away. My mood instantly lifted. From that day on, my mother-in-law was in charge of the Yun household. Although the grandmother still caused trouble from time to time, she didn't dare to go too far, and Lu Rian no longer dared to make trouble in front of me.